Welcome back everybody to another YouTube video. Today we're building another system with...
Listen up, young buck! I know what this video is gonna be about because I want what I want!
I'm all ears.
I want this 49.
Wait, please, that's a customer's graphics card. Well, it was a customer's graphics card.
I want a motherboard better than this one.
Man, it's already a Dark Hero.
I want what I want. Build it, bitch. Yeah. I want a i9 14900K.
But those are already so expensive. Can we even get those?
Listen, I want you to build it, and I want it wall mounted like those Linus Tech Tips did a week ago.
But I don't.
And I want it better looking than what they did. Build it.
Anyways, thanks, Kyle. Let's get into this PC build. Now to make this build as insane as possible, we obviously can't short out on any of the hardware here. We have a i9 14900KS Proc 4090, all going inside of this white Z790 formula, one of my favorite boards I haven't gotten to work with yet, all paired with all the great EK quantum water cooling parts here, all in white and satin titanium. And the Wallmount case we're working in is incredibly unique. It is called the Crow from CSFG Creative Solutions for Gamers. They make this very, very unique, all white and satin titanium, so it'll perfectly match the EK fittings and radiators we got going on here. A one-of-a-kind look, and it should be perfect for all of this high-end hardware we have going on here. Now, for anyone familiar with this 14900KS here, you'll know this is an absolute beast of a CPU that boasts a 6.2 gigahertz boost clock, but something that you'll only see for about a second. And even with all of this crazy water cooling hardware we have here, we will still have to delid this proc here. It's a little scary, but it will help us get the most performance out of this and help it make much more sense for this system. All right, and on to delidding this 14900KS here. Now I've tested this on the motherboard, made sure everything worked properly so that we can get into the delid process. EK has provided a kit for us that will make our jobs a little bit easier here. That consists of this delidding tool and a direct die mount, which will actually be replacing the manufacturer's retention bracket that usually comes included with every motherboard. That will let us use this direct die CPU block here from EK, which if I remove the back of here, you'll see that extra little indentation. That'll fit right inside of our retention bracket and ensure that everything is perfectly in line when it's actually installed. Now, obviously, direct die water cooling is not a common practice, and it's not for the faint of heart either. So unless you're okay with possibly breaking your CPU, I wouldn't try this at home. Now that we've got this thing extremely hot, it's time to torque down this screw, unscrew it again, flip it over, screw it down, flip it over, screw it down, flip it over again and again until this IHS is easy to remove off of the CPU. Now that we have the IHS removed and most of the adhesive around the CPU here, now we just have to add a little bit of liquid metal onto this indium to dissolve it and clean it up even further. And now that we have the 14900KS proc in here underneath that EK retention bracket, we can install our tiny little drop of liquid metal on there, spread it out with a Q-tip, and then add our direct die block. Now that we've gotten the case unboxed here, we can take a look at all of the hardware pieces used to assemble it. Now, we've gotten to work with some very high-end cases in the past, and based off of the CNC work on these metal bits, this definitely holds up with some of those. I am very excited to get this built, so let's get right into it. We've got our Crow water-cooled case here just about assembled, and the reason I'm calling it a water cooling case now is that they have so much water cooling integration in the form of these distros and pump res combos that you effectively create like a perfect dual loop system with the given hardware on this guy. So pretty much all we have left to do is assemble the left and the right radiators, get the fans on there, and this last pump res combo, which is so pretty looking. And then we can get to actually creating all the tubing and figuring out the layout for this build. So I did a little bit of off-camera building, and this system is just about done. We have a little bit of work to do here on the loop, so I figured this would be a great time to kind of walk you through what all is going on here. So starting off at the top here, we have a majority of the tubes that I have completed so far. Now this is linking together the top radiators with the motherboard and that CPU block. We also have our GPU here in the center, and then rest of the distros here that are actually direct mounted to the case, running down to where eventually our two pumps will be going here at the bottom. Just need a couple more tubes and a little bend, and that'll be just about good to go. All right, and on to some of the other hardware that wasn't installed here earlier. We have our 120mm infinity mirror fans here from Lee & Lee. We also have our pump top covers here at the bottom of the case, both that kind of parallel each other very nicely. Ties into the design of the other distros that all direct mount onto the case itself. Onto the last detail of this build, we have these full-length cable mod cables, and these are for our Seasonic Vertex power supply here. Now, when you have a system as crazy as this one with a 1400 KS and a 4090, you're gonna be drawing a lot of power. So something like this GX 1200 watt from Seasonic is exactly what you're looking for. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is that I spent a lot of time in CAD making this very intricate pattern so that I could cover this and make it blend in with the case. Now, like I said earlier, we're getting very close to wrapping up this system. All we have left to do is add a couple more tubes, fill this with coolant, and then spend a lot of time on the back of the case here tidying up all of these wires. So now it's time to get into the spicy B-roll. Now, a lot of time and effort has gone into this PC build, and it is now complete. And of course, we have Kyle.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into this. 3, 2, 1.
Dude, this thing is absolutely beautiful. You crushed it. What's the manufacturer of this case? I haven't seen this case before.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. It's CSFG, Creative Solutions for Gamers. It rolls right off the tongue. But they make this absolutely incredible wall mount case. Very, very good construction to it, as well as these built-in distros and pump top covers that are actually also manufactured by CSFG and is made specifically for that case.
And normally there's supposed to be a tempered glass piece that goes over this. Yep. I think we removed that just so we could see the internals without reflections and things.
Exactly, it's actually a very nice piece of glass. It definitely seals in the whole build once that's there. And of course, this is a wall mount case. So this will be up displayed in someone's house.
Another thing I noticed too that I don't think is built into this case normally, this little shroud right here, I think you mentioned you did some custom work right there. What exactly did you do?
Yeah, this was kind of a last minute addition here just to help the power supply area tie in with the rest of the case. So we just went into CAD for a second, drew out this shape, and then added a little vent pattern here, played around with a couple different options with the customer to see what they wanted, and landed on this guy. Totally blends in the system. You can't even tell there's a power supply there now.
Yeah, that looks phenomenal. And I love the dual reservoir setup here. Was there any specific challenges that you had with this setup? Because normally Chris is very familiar with Lee & Lee products. He does O11s all day, every day. So when we get something in like this, it's new, it's exciting, but was there any challenges with this?
CSFG definitely leaves it up to your imagination when it comes to the loop layout of it. So getting things from point A to point B definitely requires a lot of fittings and a lot of time and planning to get it to be a little bit more creative if you're looking for that. If not, it still lays itself out quite nicely.
Dude, beautiful work. This is a great build. I think our customers really gonna love it. I think the next steps for us is to just box it up and get it on a crate out to them, right?
Exactly, that'll be the fun part.
Awesome, love to see it. Chris, what a lovely build. You always do fantastic work. Thank you again for taking the time to do this. I know you had basically no direction at all, but guys, if you like our content, if you like our stuff, if you like seeing us build custom PCs, please like, subscribe, comment, check out our website, metapcs.com, and get something that you like if you want.